Yo, what it do, everybody? Welcome back to another post game. But today we're gonna discuss a heartbreaking loss as the Bulls come up short to the Pelicans, 115 to 111. And what is up with these refs in Chicago? I'm starting to think these referees got something against Chicago teams. We've seen it with the Bears, and we've seen it all through this game. Missed calls, unnecessary technical fouls called on players, and it was just a whole bunch of BS. Like, man, what's your thoughts on how the ref did today, bro?
Hey man, is somebody being paid? Because we don't work for ESPN or the NBA TNT or nobody. But so I'm gonna say it. Is somebody being paid? Because
Yes, man.
clearly DeMar was fouled, and then they
Yes.
come back on the other end. What was that? Herb Jones? Ticky tack
Yeah.
foul. Ticky tack.
Yeah.
They make sure they was on point to call that though. But
Yeah,
on
for
this
sure.
end, DeMar get no call. Like
Man, like it was 1-on-3, and you not gonna call the foul, and
what?
then when they were trying to Derrick Jones Jr. tried to grab it for the foul, you could see the ref just standing there and just wasting the clock. I'm like, bro, call the foul. He fouled him.
Call
They
it.
banned foul, and he waited like 10 seconds to
Call it.
blow his whistle and call
Call
the
it.
foul. Like,
And then my thing is, if you're not gonna call it, then make sure you don't call it on the other end either. Like after
yes,
DeMar didn't get the foul on that
yeah,
last drive, then you don't call it for Herb Jones either.
for
You don't
sure.
call that. You let the ball because you gotta we want to figure it out. Okay, is it a physical game or is it a ticky tack game? But you
Yeah,
gotta be even on both sides. You can't do that for them and then don't do it for them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
And there's plenty of
frustrating.
times where you see the ref will miss a call, then they give us like a little, here you go, like shut up, he go a call for you, and just like, no, man, if you gonna set the tone, keep that same energy throughout the whole game.
Keep
But
it. That's all we asking. That's all we ask. Let the players know. Let everybody know what type of game it's gonna be. If it's physical and you
yeah,
calling only strong fouls, then that's what we want to see. But don't
yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that.
yeah. And it seemed like more and more Vooch and DeMar been, called for technicals a lot lately. And Vooch had enough, man. It was something I didn't peep till I seen Twitter. He gave one of the refs the fingers. So they might look at that and he gonna get hit with a fine coming soon.
Yeah,
But
I got a lot of respect for the Pelicans. Very good team. I think they're
yeah,
gonna be some monsters out west. But come on, refs. Come on, ref. Come
yeah,
on
for
now.
sure, man. Like,
Play it fair. Don't be doing us like that. We want the same fair chance that everybody else get.
yeah, like it's like underneath, 1 minute left. You gotta let them play, man. You gotta let them play. But Pelicans team, man, they played tough. CJ McCullum had a off night, 3 for 13, 7 points. Zion and Brandon Ingram was pretty much quiet through the first half. In the third quarter, they both came on, especially Brandon Ingram in the fourth quarter. That man looked like he just get out of bed and just go play basketball, man. That man, he a special player. He really a
Yeah.
special player. Zion, man, you can't stop Zion. I think Patrick Williams did an okay job on Zion, but there's no stopping Zion once he get out and running. That man is just a big human being. So Pelicans team really played nice. Uh Valachunas really killed us, man. They was feeding him in the post. I was getting so pissed off. It's like he was cooking Vuce on a couple plays. But to me, I think he was the reason why the Pelicans got back into this game because he played good throughout the whole game. Where Brandon Ingram and Zion really was quiet throughout the first half. So, what's your thoughts on this Pelican team?
Oh man, bro. You bring up Valachunas, but if you check the stats, Valachunas, he like a Bulls killer. Like
Yeah,
he do this every time he play the Bulls. This is something. This is a norm for him. You hear Stacey King talking about it during the game. Valachunas and Devontae Graham. They wake
yeah,
up for the Bulls. Them two of the many players in the NBA that wake up when they play the Bulls, they always on point and they gonna play well.
for
Uh,
sure.
uh, but as I said before, I have a lot of respect. I like this Pelican team. I think they're gonna be really good out west. If you Dallas, if you Phoenix, if you're Golden State, if you're Grizzlies, you got your hands full. This Pelican
Yeah,
team to try to put them out to get yourself to Western Conference and the Western Finals, because them boys is arrived. Zion
yeah.
Williamson is back. I think the Bulls did great on him tonight. They held him down as much as they
Only
could.
18, only 19
Yeah,
points for
that's good.
Zion. So
That's
yeah,
good. That's good for him. They did good on Ingram up until the fourth quarter
fourth
when,
quarter. Yeah,
yep, until he decided to, get in his
go
clutch. And
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So overall, great game.
Yeah,
As a
I feel like we matched up well with this Pelican team.
Yeah,
I don't think they just came in just overpowered us. I think we
yeah.
matched up well. We
Hmm.
defended well. It was just a couple of times where guys had butterfingers, unnecessary turnovers, and plus these bullshit ass routes. But overall, I think the
Yeah,
Bulls did
yeah.
a good job with this Pelican team. Like the
When
offense. Go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, when you playing a good team like the Pelicans, I put Pelicans on the level of a Memphis Grizzlies. Golden State, obviously, four-time champion in the last decade. They the standard, but I put them
Yeah,
up there with the elite. To me, in my opinion, I think uh, the Pelicans is up there in the probably the top 10 teams in the NBA. I think anytime you playing a top 10 team in the NBA, you're not going to blow them out. It's going to
yeah,
come
for
down
sure.
to executing, who wanted more, making shots, free
Yeah.
throws, etc. So good game.
Yeah, so flip it over to our Bulls side of things. Patrick Williams, I think, played a good game on the defensive end. He made some good plays on the offensive end, but I think he more so shined out. Guarding Ingram at times, guarding Zion Williamson. So huge shout out to Pat Williams for taking the task of guarding those two guys. So Pat Williams, shout out to him. DeMar DeRozan, man. DeMar DeRozan shows up again. 33 points, 14 from 26, 5 from 6 from the free throw line. What's your thoughts on DeMar game tonight?
Look, as I was putting my bets in, me and some of my close friends, be like, man, you think DeMar gonna do it again tonight? He struggled yesterday against Toronto. They double team and what's gonna happen? I'm like, this game could go either way because we knew Zach was gonna play. It's a DeMar game, and it
Yeah,
took up until the last hour when I text my friend and I say, yeah, take DeMar over 20 tonight because I feel like this is gonna be a game where DeMar go out to
yeah.
show up and
And
show
he
out.
started off cooking for real. You was like, okay, this not gonna be to the Toronto game. They didn't throw no double team at him. We like, all right, he gonna cook
Yeah,
tonight.
he
It's gonna
gonna
be a good
cook.
night for Demar.
Yeah, yeah, great
So
game from DeMar. I know, on that last pass from Dragic out of bounds to DeMar,
yeah, that
it
crushed the
happens. Yeah,
soul. That crushed the
yeah,
soul. That
it
summed up the
happens. It's
whole night
rare.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
rare.
rare. It's rare, but we knew when it happened, it was gonna be hard to pull that game out.
Like once
So
they got it to three, I was laying down, bro. This how my mood changed quick. I was laying down, watching the game, enjoying it. Once they cut it down to three and it was Bulls ball, I sat up. It's like, okay, this is a game. We down three. As soon as Dragic passed the ball and it went off on Demar foot, I laid my ass right back down. Like that's the game right there. That's
that's
the
the
game. Like
that's the
I'm like,
game.
man, that's a tough way to go out. Like I was just
Yeah.
ready for a Zach 3 or a Demar and one, and then go
Something
off the foot.
something that
So,
was finna happen. Yeah. So
but Zach Levine though his running mate 9 from 22 from the line, 3 from 12 from the 3-point line. That's horrible. But
yeah, he
Zach
put a lot
Levine
of threes up.
he bound to make those shots, but he was off tonight. 23 points, show flashes that that bounces coming back. So what's your take on Zach Levine for tonight game?
I think Zach played okay. He working his way
Yeah,
back. I can't give him a true assessment because we know he's not
yeah,
100%. But I think we slowly seeing him come back. This is probably what our first game of the year was. Zach and DeMar went over 20. So
yep,
that's a
yep,
good sign, even though Zach didn't shoot well. Still a good sign to see Zach in attack mode because
yeah.
I think early on, when he
Two
knew he
dunks.
wasn't ready, he was kind of deferring a lot more. But you can see Zach taking those shots at least, so he's starting to feel better. At least that's what I see within the shots
Yeah,
he's taking. So, uh, the arrow pointing up for
yeah,
me
for
with
sure.
Zach
Most
Levine.
definitely pointing for Zach. Like I said, two dunks, two amazing dunks. So Zach
Yeah,
Levine showing improvement that he's almost 100%. I would assume we had a quiet night, only 7 points, but I remember them points that he made because there was some really good takes to the
key
rim. Yeah,
points. Yeah,
the one where he took from Zion, and then I think he took CJ off the dribble and for a
yeah,
layup. So
yeah,
quiet night for Dosumu. Vucevic, it was up and down for me. Like he started off, struggling. I think the whole ref thing was really getting to him, man. You can see by his body language that he was just frustrated until he's seen the ball going to the basket a few times, like late in the
yeah,
game. So
yeah,
overall, Vuce continue to be that solid third piece, to come out and help out Zach and DeMar to pick up some of the slack. So um the bench, man, the bench played okay. Dragic, man. Who would have thought that Goran Dragic would be playing this good? I
got
remember
clutch
seeing
minutes tonight.
yes. I remember seeing that name go over the ticker like Bull saying Dragic. I'm what? He's not even gonna play. But man, boy, was I wrong. Dragic out there, like I said last week, he looked like he about 28. He drunk whatever DeMar drunk last season, and he having himself a nice, no, not even a nice, a good ass season. Throwing oops to Drummond, Dragic, Green. I'm still waiting for the oop to Zach. So man, I'm happy about Dragic. What's your thoughts
For
about the
sure.
bench unit?
I think the bench played well. Can't criticize Drummond too much. Fresh off a shoulder
Yeah,
injury, you can tell that he still wasn't 100%. I saw some passes
true.
he was trying to make that was short. One particularly the Zach that got stolen. So I think Billy sensed that, and he kind of like he not going to put him right back
Yeah,
into the
only
full
12
minutes role.
minutes.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna put him in the usual role that he was playing before he got injured. So, but it's good to see him out there. Overall, Dragic played the bench role really much tonight,
Yeah.
along with Derrick Jones had like some good play. I thought Javon played okay. I overall I would probably say the New Orleans bench outdid our bench tonight, but
Yeah.
I think that certain games calls on certain numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think I think they bench outplayed us as far as like scoring, but if you look at the intensity and like, playing defense, like Green and Caruso only combined for 2 points, but I remember them a lot in this game in key
making
moments,
defensive
making
plays.
defensive plays.
There
So
you
I
go.
think those two can get a pass because I can remember the plays that they made to turn it to 3 points or 2 points. So I like what I'm seeing with those two guys, even if they're
Yeah.
not scoring. I don't think Caruso had more than 5 points this season. I may be wrong. Let me check.
No, I think he had a couple. I think he probably had one or two, maybe, but he got seven or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, he
When
had
he
a
knocked
few
down a three.
games. The most points he scored this season has been 9 points against the Philly in a
Yeah, yeah.
loss.
I think he
So
had another game where he scored like seven. So
yeah,
he had some game because I think the key for Caruso when he's about to have a good offensive night, he gonna knock down a 3 pointer. Even
yeah,
if it's just one, because he gonna guarantee get one or two layups a game, if not three. So it's like if he knocked down a three, then he might get 10 in that
yeah,
game. You know what I mean?
for
So
sure.
so it's like
Have
that
he
that
hit a
that.
Have he hit a three this season? Hold on, let me
Oh
check
yeah, he
that
hit a
too.
couple
He
of them.
hit a
He hit one
couple.
last game.
Oh
It
yeah,
was last game.
yeah, you right. He had a couple few
Yeah,
threes.
he hit a couple threes. He hit a
Yeah,
couple threes. Um,
for
but
sure,
I
man. No, refs trash,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah. Refs, they got to get it together, man. I don't know if this
Yeah,
game was one of them games they had they had on the list. Like, yeah, Pelicans must win
yeah.
this one. You
They
know.
had a meeting like we're gonna make it a good game, but at the end, man, we probably gotta swing the Pelican way, man. We
We need the
gotta
Pelicans because
for
Pelicans
sure,
gonna have a
man.
harder time than the Bulls making the playoffs. So we want to make sure they get their win. So
For sure, man.
that's what it seemed like to me. But on a serious note, yeah, I think that just me personally, uh, when we talk about the Bulls, these previous games, I think the Bulls are better when the scoring is spread it a little bit more.
Yeah,
And not to say that Zach and DeMar both scoring in the 20s can't lead us to wins, because I'm pretty sure it will a bunch of times this season. But it just seemed like when Dosunmu win double figures, when Patrick close to double figures, you know what I'm saying? We see the wins.
yeah,
And that's what I ain't gonna say the reason why we lost, because there's plenty of reasons. When we go from the referees, the out of bounds off the Rosen leg, you know what I mean? It's a few different things we could say, but just from just for me particularly watching the game, I like to see Io be more aggressive. I would like to see Patrick, as good as defensive game he had, I would like to see him get more aggressive, say, hey, Zion, I'm about to get your ass this work.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm Patrick Williams.
I
You
think
Zion
Patrick,
Williams, but I'm Patrick Williams.
but I think Patrick was, one, like a certain players where they just take all your energy away, and I
Yeah.
think this is one of those
Yeah.
games for Patrick Williams where you guarding this beast in Zion Williamson,
It
and then
takes
you
up a
like,
lot. Yeah.
yeah. So,
I
but
totally
I
agree.
do,
I
I
totally
do,
agree.
I do agree with you when you said like the wealth needs to be spread. Like I would like to see the Sumu with 12 points. Who else? I like to see Javante Green with 8 points. I ain't gonna count Drummond because working back from an injury, but I do like to see multiple guys in that 8+ points. A game. I think that's when the Bulls have won their games. That's what the stat line
That's
was
what we
looking
see.
like. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with you. The 3 point shots have not been a huge thing for us. I don't think we really been shooting lights out for the three
We
these last
haven't.
couple of games. So that's something we really need to get back. So hopefully Kobe can play a huge contributor in that. And then head coach Billy D gotta do better. I think Billy is trying to figure things out and see what work like this early in the season. So that's how I look at it when I'm watching Billy. I think he's trying to see what worked. Like last game with the Raptors, I think he was trying to let them figure it out how to beat the double team. Things like that where
Yeah.
you going to see that stuff in the playoffs. So why not just let them figure it out or just try
Yeah.
certain things here to see if it worked. So I think that's what Billy doing right now. But like
He
like,
kind
like
of let the
bro,
players take control. He let the
yeah.
players take control. I think he give them pointers here and there. Hey, where you need to
But
be, where you need to be, and let them do
But
what
at a
they
certain
do from
time, you
there.
gotta get at somebody ass. If somebody fucking up, you gotta, hey,
Yes,
come sit right
yes,
here with me
yes,
for like 5 minutes. So
yes. Overall, as a whole, I would say Billy has done a great job.
yeah,
From preseason to just the overall work, the body of work, over the games. But tonight it was one questionable move that I remember particularly, because I know he put Vooch in at the end, but it's like if you're gonna try to win this game, this probably a game you got to finish without Vooch. You need to lead Javante and Green in the game,
yeah,
because as guys trying to scramble and get a steal to possibly make a shot and tie the game,
yeah.
Vooch too slow to catch. Who was that was running from him?
That
Jones,
was yeah, that
Herb
was Jones.
Jones.
Yeah,
Bro, you gotta lead. You gotta lead Javante them out there.
yeah.
It's just a game.
So,
Vooch's not gonna be able to finish. You need the speed out there.
and
So
and
just little.
also you got Demar and them. Like, I don't know if he be letting it slide, but you gotta like you ain't gotta argue with the refs all the time. Like
Yeah,
these takes do cost us, down the stretch where you getting frustrated, which that gonna take you off your game. Now you missing shots, the offense out of sync, and now the Pelicans back in the game. So it's ways Billy Donovan can do things.
yeah.
But
And
it's
we all know everybody got their own personalities, right?
yeah,
But you will see some coaches that'll say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get kicked out the game."
yeah,
And when you see your coach riding for you like that, cussing referees out, you gonna be like, "Hold on, I gotta calm him
yeah.
down."
But
Because
out of Billy whole 3 years, have we ever even seen him lose his temper? I don't remember seeing him
yeah,
lose it. Like he just
I
always chill, chewing his bubble
yeah.
gum. So like,
He got a few texts, but not nothing crazy.
yeah,
We even saw Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr probably one of the calmest coaches I probably ever seen in
yes.
my life. But we
Steve
just saw him got
Nash.
kicked out a few times.
We even saw Steve Nash get the boot.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
sometimes as a coach, sometimes you just gotta take that hit for your players.
yeah,
So because if they see it, it calms them down. Then they understand, like, okay, coach, I got it. Relax, I
yeah.
got it. You know what I
It, it's a couple of takes, couple of fouls. I was looking to see how Billy gonna respond, like whether he gonna go out and be like, "Hey, that was a foul." He just sort of calm. So it's like Demar out there losing his temper, Vooch out there losing his temper, and Billy just over there calm. So like every once in a while, you do gotta go up to these refs, and be like, "Hey, man, call a straight game. Like that was some bullshit."
Shit,
Like,
yeah. Call it like it
but
is. Call it like it
yeah, so.
is. You know what I mean?
So before we wrap up, I know it's a loss and but who's your MVP from today's game?
Oh man, dude, I'm gonna give it to two guys. I don't want to get half of this,
Yeah,
but I gotta go with Dragic and Demar, man.
I knew you was gonna go with
Yeah,
those two.
Dragic and Demar. I think because Dragic was the whole engine of the bench, and he has been a lot this year. Demar carried us as usual. You know what I mean? Making big shots, making plays down the stretch when we need them. He know when we need them. He making them. Ingram. I heard Kendall Gill said like it just came down to they stars made more plays than our stars in the fourth quarter, and you know, um, that's really what it was. It was Ingram
Yeah,
versus DeMar down the stretch, but I give it
yeah,
to Dragic for earning himself some clutch minutes because usually Ayo finished games for us the whole
yeah.
season, and we saw Billy made the call to put Dragic in there. So and he
Which was
got
the
and he
right call because Dragic was the high hand, so
yeah, yeah,
give him props
most
for that.
definitely, most definitely.
But I'm gonna go my MVP. I'm gonna go Dragic. I ain't gonna go with Demar. I think Dragic was a great spark off the bench that really helped us get back into this game and to stay in the game. So and he played some good defense too. Being 45 years old. So shout out to Dragic. But what I want to see going forward, I want to see start to finish demand and win, like dominate from start to finish. That's what I want to see going forward. I just need a game where I see the Bulls dominate from quarter 1 to quarter 4, where just straight dominating. And we haven't really seen that so far
Yeah,
this season.
yeah.
Other than the Charlotte game, but that's again, we kind of
You
expected
probably
that.
should. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I want to see that going forward.
I'm totally with you. I want to see this team. I think that's probably the next level for this team. I think
Yeah,
when we see that and then we can see it like
yeah.
regularly, that's when we know this team has arrived as far as being a contender. I think it's way too many hiccups. Like they show signs of that,
Yeah,
but
they
then
show
it's a low. Like they give us a quarter where they dominate, then they come
dominate.
out
Yeah.
low and low
And
energy,
we see the
lazy
Pels.
passes.
Yeah.
You
We see the
know,
Pelicans on Wednesday. So
in New Orleans.
the Bulls got a nice break till Sunday where we play the Nuggets. But one game coming up that I got on my must see TV Monday, November 28th at Utah. Laurie Markin against the Bulls, man. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
wait to see that game, man. I want to
they
see
won
what
tonight.
Lowry do. Yeah,
They
10 and
went to
3.
Atlanta and won tonight. That
Yeah.
team, that coach, what is his name, Will Hardy.
Yeah.
That dude, his schemes. I had to just peep their games because
So
I'm like, is this a fluke or what?
do you
But
think
he,
this is a fluke or cause see what I think they could make the playoffs if they want to, but I think the way they playing now is to boost trade values. I think Clarkson, you can get a first round pick for him right now. Mike Conley, you probably can get something for him. And I think you may keep Laurie throughout the season, but I think at a point in time, it's not gonna be
what we
it's not gonna
seeing,
yeah, so
they're gonna come back to life like at some point.
yeah.
The expectations. It's early, and dude, I remember some seasons where I was seeing teams just playing so well, and I'm like, and then February, March come, they down in the 10th seed. And it's
Yeah.
like, so I can't let that, I got to see 30, 40 games first, but I will
Yeah, for
say
sure. Me
this.
too.
I will say this. I don't think it's a fluke. You know, I don't think it's a fluke
No,
Utah's playing
I
well.
don't. I don't. But it's just like
But
why this team cannot gonna be a first round exit, we know, but it's like you're supposed to be tanking for Victor.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like,
And to your point, that's why I don't think it's a fluke because I think the organization, they didn't really expect this either.
yeah,
And the reason being is that's why I say I know they got a good coach.
yeah,
Because the sets he running, it's unpredictable. You
yeah,
don't know when you playing the Bulls, you know we gotta watch DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. When you playing the Lakers, all eyes on LeBron and Anthony Davis. When you playing, you know, you can name the teams. When we playing Utah, who was we watching out for tonight?
you got Laurie, Clarkson,
Hey,
Sexton, Conley, Olenek. You can't forget about THT can give you something
right,
here and there.
right.
Walker Kessler been playing good, so they got a lot of guys that can
They
beat
got a
you.
lot of talent. But my point
Yeah,
is, you know, when you going in as a team that's playing them, it's no LeBron, there's no KD on that team. So you're not going in
yeah,
like this is who we got to look for tonight. You know,
yeah,
it's early in the season, so early on, you're not like, oh, we got to watch for Laurie Markin. Ain't nobody caring about Laurie Markin gonna do. You know what I mean? Now they is though they fucking like 10-3. Now you
yeah,
like okay, now we gotta guard Laurie Martin. But in the beginning, it's like you know ain't nobody
yeah,
taking them serious. You know what I mean? So they're going to kick your ass because they're better than what people think. You know what I mean? They are better.
yeah,
But I think now what you're going to have teams do is when the coaches prepare for the Utah Jazz, all right, Laurie, they run a lot of back screens for Laurie. They Clarkson like this side of the court from three. Now teams going to start preparing and putting defensive schemes together. Same way the Bulls was kicking everybody ass last year and nobody expected and now
yeah.
everybody know. So now that's
But
what this it's the same thing for Utah now.
yeah.
We gotta
So yeah, I agree. I think sooner or later you will see team like you said, teams will catch on, and then you will see them start losing game. But at the same time, while they losing game, Jordan Clarkson's stock is still at a high
yeah.
because he
Oh
averaging
yeah.
18 points. So you
Yeah.
can still flip him and get an additional pick. You can
Yep.
probably get a something for Mike Conley. I think that's everybody who I would trade from this team. I'm keeping Laurie the way he playing right now,
Now see,
and keeping Sexton next to him.
yeah, yeah, them be my two cornerstone corner pieces if I'm the Utah Jazz. But see, I was thinking about this last night, you know, and I'm like, when the Lakers made that trade for Patrick Beverly, who they traded? They traded THT. They traded what a draft pick. I don't or did
Yeah.
they? I don't know if they over
No.
maybe it was the second round. THT traded something else, Patrick Beverly. And I was thinking about it. It just hit me. I'm like, dude, if I'm the general manager of the Lakers, and I know I got LeBron James, right? I know I need shooting. I need shooting around him. I got Russell Westbrook. I got Anthony Davis. Why you not working a deal for Laurie marketing?
And the
You know
Lakers
what I'm
problem,
saying?
that's a whole nother issue. We can go on about what the fuck they, but just since you brought up the Lakers, before we wrap this up, it's rumors, people saying that we should trade for Anthony Davis. What would you say to those people who think we should trade for Anthony Davis?
Okay, so I'm like I'm one of those people. I'm not far left. I'm not far. I'm right in the middle. Cause I'm like I understand as a talent, Anthony Davis on
Yeah,
healthy on his game, he's a top 10 talent. You know what
for
I
sure,
mean?
for sure, no doubt.
But can we trust his health? And if you come here playing under Billy Donovan, because the rumors out, everybody know Anthony Davis want to play the four. He
The
don't want to
four,
play. He don't like
yeah,
playing the five as much. But you come here with it, you know, if Derrick Jones playing the five, Anthony Davis, you playing the five.
for
You
real.
playing the five. You know what I
Especially
mean?
either the small ball lineups, you most definitely playing a lot of five.
You playing the five on Billy Donovan. So that's one.
Yeah,
But two, it I wouldn't mind bringing Anthony Davis home. It's just all determined on what it's going to cost. Because I'm
yeah,
not overpaying for Anthony Davis because I can't trust his health. I'm not giving you Zach, and I'm not giving you DeMar DeRozan. That them two, you add, if I hear zip, I'm hanging up.
yeah.
Dude, I'm
especially,
hanging up.
especially when we got our own health problems with Lonzo, Zach. So
Yeah,
adding Anthony Davis would be even more stressful for Bulls Nation. You got to worry about, is he going to play? How many games is he going to miss? So
exactly.
I think that
Exactly.
one we should just stay away.
Probably
If we're
sit
gonna
back. Yeah.
if we're gonna reunite with somebody, bring it to Chicago. I'm only in it for Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I would love that idea. I love that brand D Rose. I
Yeah.
would love because I feel like in New York, it's an odd game here. You seeing what 8, you seeing what 10. I just feel like if he put that Bulls jersey on again, he gonna give you 18 and
Mm,
20. That's just
for
me though,
sure.
but
For sure, man. But then yeah, man, we be back at it with another post game. Appreciate everybody who slid through and joined us tonight. It wasn't a win, but hopefully we be back Sunday. We could talk about a W. Any last word, Big O, before we wrap things up here tonight?
man, yeah, we got to bounce back against Denver. I want to see this team string together some good games in a row, like you said. You know, I think Denver's a good opportunity. That
Yeah.
team, they don't play defense. We
Nah,
gonna be able to score
mm-mm.
on Denver, but we gonna also have to
Nah,
stop them from scoring
yeah,
because Jokic, you know how he get down. They got Jamal Murray back, Michael Porter back. I think Aaron Gordon, he's playing for this, so they got some big guys. They're gonna try to beat us up in the paint, but with Drummond back, we should be able to offset that. You know, let's look for a win on Sunday night.
for sure, man. For sure. We most definitely need a win from the Bears and the Bulls to make our Monday even better. Like I said, Mike B,
How many
big.
touchdowns? Hold on. How many touchdowns for Justin
Uh,
Fields on
I'm
Sunday?
going one rushing and another three passing touchdown from Mr.
Ooh,
Fields. So
28
to-
points. 28
total of
points for that
4,
offense.
and I think we're gonna put up 40 points on the Lions. I think it's gonna be
Ooh.
I'm gonna say shootout. They do got an okay offense, but I think it might be a blowout. I think we're gonna demolish the
Yeah.
Lions.
I get a Lions maybe 20 points only because our defense a little
Yeah,
dissembled.
yeah,
But I'm with you. I do think the
for
Bears
sure.
put up over 30 points. I think their offense gonna come out and they're
Yeah.
gonna be hungry from that loss from last week. I think they're gonna come out on fire.
Yo, what's up? Brody, you came in at the last minute when we was wrapping things up, but don't worry, we be back Sunday with another post game. Thank you guys for tuning in. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.